Kuala Lumpur is known for its iconic street food, luxurious shopping centers, and unique architecture. Whether you're in KL for a month, a week, or just a long layover, here's everything you can do in 48 hours.
Hey guys, we've got 2 full days of activities planned and we're starting the day off with the Batu Caves. There are a lot of monkeys here, so keep your belongings close to you.
While the hills here alone are impressive, what makes them special is that they're home to one of the world's largest and most popular Hindu shrines. When visiting, do keep in mind that it is a place of worship, so you do need to have your shoulders and your knees covered. It's impossible to miss the statue of Lord Murugan when you first arrive. Standing at almost 43 meters tall, it is the world's largest Hindu deity. Okay, this fun fact blows my mind. There are almost 300 liters of gold paint covering that thing. That's a lot of paint. With this beautiful statue and these vibrantly painted steps, it's no wonder this is one of the most top visited places in Kuala Lumpur. If you can climb the 272 steps, we highly recommend it. It's massive in here and so worth it.
The Batu Caves are about a 15-20 minute drive outside of Kuala Lumpur. You could take a taxi, train, or even get a Grab. We highly recommend taking a tour through Get Your Guide. You can find the link in our description, and we do get a commission off of any tours booked at no extra cost to you.
With Get Your Guide, they'll pick you up at your hotel door and then drop you off. The entire tour, you're gonna have an English-speaking guide. They know so much history about the place. There are so many pigeons here. They're not my favorite. And we're about to miss our bus, so we gotta go. We're at the batik factory, and it is this beautiful cloth that can be used as a shirt, as a headdress, as a sarong, and no single batik is ever the same. So this is the artist's signature right down here, and he hand painted, hand drew all of this. They're 100% silk, and they are so soft to the touch. I really want to buy all of them. They don't take up a lot of room. It's beautiful. Yeah.
We just got back to the hotel from doing our tour today. We were pleasantly surprised with the tour. It was a lot of fun, very informational. We had a great guide. Now it is time for my favorite thing in the whole wide world, and that's to eat street food. Doesn't matter if it's tacos al pastor in Mexico or arepas in Colombia. No matter what country we are in, I want to eat street food, and we are in one of the most famous street food areas in Kuala Lumpur, Jalan Alor. Fried chicken, seafood, fresh fruit, noodles, you name it, this street has it. Let's go eat a lot.
This street comes alive in the evenings. Don't make the same mistake we did and come here before 5 though, because it's a ghost town.
First food on the list, dim sum, my appetizer. Can we get 2 of those and 2 of those? And we'll do a barbecue pork bao bun. Sure, we'll do one, yeah. So I might have got carried away a little bit on our first appetizer, but I'm very excited. I got a barbecue pork bao bun and 7 dim sum dumplings, and it was only $3.
Our guide earlier today told us that Kuala Lumpur has a famous drink called ABC. So I was like, oh sure, I'll try a drink. This is it. I am not sure how it constitutes a drink or how this is gonna work, but I'm excited to try it. There's beans in it. Peanuts, noodles, jello, corn.
If you want seafood while you're out on Jalan Alor, go to Mangki Grill Fish. It's incredible and it's reasonably priced, and every night we have come here, it is crowded. Don't just take us for it, take it from all the people behind us.
So you can pretty much get any type of food here, and you can also get fried food, and they fry everything, from giant squids to bananas and to even durian. Durian's like a very popular and very common local fruit here. They make a ton of desserts out of it. We've never tried it because it's huge and kind of expensive. I'm gonna try fried durian. Whoa. That is so good. And the fruit kind of just like explodes in your mouth into like a creamy sweetness.
I need a little bit of a break, so I got some lemon sugarcane juice. That is so sweet. That's really good.
Well, I lost Pat. Went to go film something. There are so many people here, and it's just a huge crowd of people. Everyone's yelling. Very easy to lose your person here. Look who I found!
How'd you find me?
What do you mean?
I was trying to lose you.
Oh, okay. Good morning, guys. We've got a busy day. We're going to show you all the best things to do here in the city center of Kuala Lumpur, known as KL by the locals. No matter how crunched you are on time here in KL, a trip here just wouldn't be complete without visiting the Petronas Towers, also known as the Twin Towers. Standing at 452 meters tall, these are the world's tallest twin towers. Not the tallest towers, but the world's tallest twin towers. And I don't think I've ever seen a building this tall before. Pat and I aren't big city people, so that's probably why. I had to take my sunglasses off my head because I looked up and they fell over backwards.
And if you dare, you can go to the top of the Twin Towers and check out the impressive view. I would, but I'm not the biggest fan of heights.
Fun fact, some crazy man, well maybe not crazy, but an adrenaline junkie, he free soloed one of these towers here. Some people are wild.
And the towers are not just for conducting business. There's an aquarium, shopping centers, and even restaurants that you can check out while visiting KL Twin Towers.
Aside from Pat's fear of heights, there's another reason why we're not going up there. It does cost about 20 USD per person to go up to the top, and you do get incredible views, but it costs 20 bucks, and we're budget travelers, so we didn't really feel like spending $40 for that, but there will be a view later.
Do you know how many orders of fried rice and noodles I could get with 20 US dollars? A lot. That's like a week of eating.
Since we are budget travelers, that means we walk a lot and we also take public transportation. Some cities have effortless public transportation, others not so much. I've done quite a bit of research on this. I'm fingers crossed, hoping I know what I'm doing.
We'll still get lost.
We'll still get lost. This still probably won't work out, but we're gonna go and try and take some buses, hop on one, hop off one, figure out how to get to our next stop, which is gonna be the KL Tower.
Hey.
Let's go see if we can do this. Okay, we made it onto our first bus. If I am correct, I think we take this 6 stops, we get off, and then we get onto a different bus, and then we're at our next location, the KL Tower. I just did a bunch of research on Google. I think I know what I'm doing, but I have no idea. What is a really cool feature though about KL is that they do have a free bus service, and so we were able to just hop on this, and you can ride it all around town. They started this so they could better serve all the suburban areas of KL so that they can make a community of the city, which we love that. I have no idea what this bus would be like during rush hour, but right now there's only 4 of us on here and they're really nice, they're clean. We've been in some pretty rough buses in other countries, and I can tell you that KL buses are kind of impeccable in terms of bus standards. Okay, so even with all of my research, maybe I just do bad research, I don't know. It's not the easiest system. We met a very nice woman on the bus. She kind of explained to us our next stop and how to go about it. She did say that normally they announce each stop on the bus, and this guy didn't. So when we were riding, we were just kind of fingers crossed hoping we knew what we were doing.
So sometimes figuring out the bus system can be a little confusing. So we made it halfway, and now we're in a Grab, a rideshare app in Southeast Asia, going to the KL Towers. So when in doubt, use an app.
I think it's 100% worth it just to get the Grab to come here, because otherwise we would have walked up that big hill, and instead with the Grab we just You dropped us off right at the front entrance.
And it cost us $1.50. So.
Yeah.
Since we've been in Kuala Lumpur, I've noticed a lot of similarities to Medellin while being here. The weather in the morning's really nice, and then in the afternoon there's a lot of rainstorms. The public transportation is great. They have a lot of great technology, and it's very green. So if you haven't seen our video on Medellin, check it out and let me know if you think they're similar or not.
So when you're here at the KL Tower, they basically have a bunch of different options, but the two main options for viewing the skyline, you can do the observation deck, you can go all the way up and do the sky deck. The observation deck, you are enclosed kind of in a room, and so there's glass you're looking through. But the sky deck, the glass only goes about waist high, so you get uninterrupted views of the entire skyline. And so of course, I had to go for that option because I want the best of the best here. It is 20 USD to go all the way up to the sky deck. So leaving Pat down here on the ground.
Sky deck and skybox. Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad. Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
My ears just popped. We are going high up. This thing is cruising. All right, you guys, just got off the elevator. I'm going to show you my natural first reaction to how it looks up here. Hello, good morning. Thank you. Let's see what this view looks like from up here. Oh my gosh. This is beautiful. Before I show you guys this view though, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, and if you're not already, make sure you subscribe. Yeah, Pat would not be a fan of this right now.
Any day now, Maddie. Just sitting here with all my friends.
When you come up to the very top of the sky deck, they do have these sky boxes, or glass boxes they're called. And look at this. They've got them on both sides. So this side over here shows me this tower. On the other side, they do have the Petronas Twin Towers. You do have to take your shoes off. You can't bring any bags in here. And I do believe you're only allowed like a certain amount of time. We do recommend getting here kind of right when they open so that you can have as much time in here and you're not waiting in a big long line, because I have read that the lines for getting in these skyboxes can get pretty long later in the day. And so I do pretty well with heights. They usually don't get to me too much, but not gonna lie, looking straight down and seeing how far down that is not the best feeling. All right, just got back down from the tower. Pat and I are now gonna eat some of the best food in all of Kuala Lumpur. Lot 10 Hutong, and it is a food court here in the basement.
Now don't get this confused with any food court at a mall. The Lot 10 food court is comprised of the 30 best hawker stalls in all of Kuala Lumpur. Our first dish is beef noodle. First test is always the broth. That's the best beef broth. So good. And that's a lot of food for only $3. The roast duck must be a big thing here because it's one of the pricier menu items. I got just one duck drumstick and it was like $3.50 or $4. It's not a crazy amount of meat, but you can also get duck neck, duck head, and a whole duck if you wanted to. It's really, really tender. Now we're having pork noodle. First we had beef noodle and some duck. Now we're at their original pork noodle spot. We ordered some dry pork noodles and it has pork sausage, ground pork, and then it comes with pork belly soup. And I think it was $3. It's like a smoky, sweet. That is like nothing I've ever tried before sausage-wise.
This place was created in 2009 by Francis Yao. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. When he was growing up, his dad would always take him to all the best hawker stalls, and he didn't want his children and future generations to not get to experience the incredible hawker food. So when he purchased Lot 10, he turned the basement ground level into a bunch of different food stalls. So he went around and handpicked the best hawker stalls in all of Kuala Lumpur. The criteria to be able to get into here is you had to have a hawker stall that was proven to be successful over the span of 40 years or 2 to 3 generations in your family.
While all of the dishes were spectacular, I have to say my favorite was that Song Ki beef noodles. Broth was so good, the meat was very tender. I really enjoyed that dish, but I did like everything else we had.
Travel tip, when you're in a big city, you just gotta run across the street. Fingers crossed that you don't get hit by a car. Most of the time I end up just running and leaving Pat behind. And then other times he runs and leaves me behind. It's a fun little game we play.
A trip to KL wouldn't be complete if you didn't visit one of its many impressive shopping malls. We're at the Berjaya Times Square Mall. I'm sorry if I completely butchered how to pronounce that. It's a huge shopping and entertainment complex in the heart of KL.
Within this 48-story complex, there are over 1,000 shops, a hotel, a theme park. Pat and I just got ourselves some freshly squeezed juice. There's so many restaurants. This shopping center is actually named after the Times Square in New York City.
Alright, now we're in Chinatown and there's a lot of vendors. While here you can find anything from delicious street food to questionably real Prada bags, Oakley sunglasses, shoes. Pretty much anything you can find is in this area for shopping. If you're really feeling adventurous, you can get a tattoo while you're at the Chinatown at Pedaling Street. I think we just walked by 6 different tattoo studios.
Okay, so I read a blog online saying that Madras Lane Curry Me is supposed to be an incredible restaurant, but it's like on the outskirts of Pedaling Street. So we just walked through like a weird alleyway. Now we're in this like parking lot area. It says we're like right on top of it. So let's go explore and see if we can find it. Well, we found it, but clearly it is not open right now. We don't know if maybe this is more morning street food, maybe this is evening street food. We're here at around 4 or 5 o'clock, so I'm not really sure, but time to go find something different. We found all the food joints. They're not actually on Pedaling Street. Pedaling Street is just the shopping. They're all one street over, and there are so many food options with some crazy long lines.
We're at a little hawker stall. We ordered some noodles and fried rice.
So as we're sitting here eating, there's a mochi or mochi. I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't even know what it is. Stand right behind us, and it looked really good. And so I kept going over and kind of filming it and talking to the guy, and he just randomly brought me a sample to try. It's gelatinous rice stuff coated in peanuts and sugar. Oh my god. And then it's like a marshmallow texture on the inside.
I don't believe it.
That's really good. Try it.
But it's almost like a gooey candy texture at the same time. Look how dark this tea is. I'm not gonna butcher how to say it because I don't want to offend anybody, but I am gonna try it. It's probably the best sweet iced tea I've ever had in my life. That is so good. You gotta try this. I had to get me some dried pork.
That looked really soft.
It's very soft and it's kind of like candied pork. It's very sweet. That's way better than jerky. Okay, so that's a wrap on 48 hours in Kuala Lumpur. I have probably ate every grain of rice in this city and gained 10 pounds. But it was so much fun. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you enjoy it, and we will see you next week.